Part 2 of the split jerk assessment, we've got Emmy in a tall kneeling position. Now what I want her to do is lift her knee up off the ground, and I'm going to pull this out of the way. Here we've got her in a pretty classic split jerk position. The front knee is still stacked over that front heel. The back foot, we've got her weight on the ball of the foot with the heel up. Back knee is bent, that's crucial. And already I'm starting to see her hips are wanting to rotate this way to kind of make a compensation for this front hip, this front of her hip flexor. So I want her to go square here, chest up, rotate shoulders this way, and squeeze your butt and squeeze your abs. What do you feel now? It sucks, right? And her whole leg is quivering. It's fighting to get in this position. Go ahead and relax. So when we see that the rear hip flexor is tight or is weak, we might see some things where the athlete's going to displace tension into different areas, and that's going to be a good way to tell whether or not the athlete has a strong hip flexor to be in that strong split jerk position. If the hip flexor on the back leg is weak and doesn't have extension, there's a couple things that might happen. Number one, that back knee is not going to want to bend. It's going to want to stay straight, and what that's going to do is it's going to put all of the weight onto the front foot, and what that will often end up doing is causing the bar to be lost in front of the lifter. Number two, we might see the hips wanting to rotate away, like what she was doing here. She can't get hip extension here, so she's going to rotate this way. And sometimes also, in addition to the hip not wanting to stay square, is the back foot's going to rotate out. We want this back foot to be straight or pointed slightly in internal rotation, but if she can't maintain that, she's going to want to displace in this direction. Another way that we can tell that there's not adequate hip extension in that back leg is that they're going to arch really hard on that low back, and that's when you get, can you show them what that looks like when you're really, really arched hard and you've got the bar over your head? And you'll see she's got this humongous arch in the back here because this part of her leg doesn't want to play. Squeeze butt and ribs down, and now that sucks, yes? Mm-hmm. Cool, and relax. So those are a couple examples of where we might see some limitations in the split jerk due to lack of hip extension on that back leg.